Hey guys, ever since having my third kid, I feel like I've just been going through the motions of dinner planning, making the same 5 recipes every week.
Pasta again? Seriously, Mom?
Running out to the store last minute to pick up ingredients.
Forgot the avocados.
And just generally not doing a great job at something I used to love. So I spent some time getting organized and figuring out how to meal plan, and here are the best tips I learned in the process. I'm Meg, and I'm passionate about finding ways to make life with kids easier in the kitchen. Tip number 1, develop a recipe system. So I've been collecting recipes for decades. Some lived in a binder, half of those recipes were just shoved in. I had an index file folder, and then literally just a plastic bag full of recipes. So embarrassing. And it was just not functional. So I wanted to come up with a manageable system, and for me that involved 2 components, electronic and physical. As much as I would love to print out every recipe, it's just not realistic. So I store my online recipes on Pinterest, and then I have a binder for my printed recipes. I organize my recipe into basic categories, use sheet protectors to keep them clean and organized, and most importantly, I only keep recipes in my binder that I have tried and want to make again. Do not waste space on recipes that are untested. If you guys want to know more about my actual binder system, let me know in the comments below, and I'm happy to make an entire video about it. Now, the other part of my recipe system is keeping a master list of all my recipes. I keep my master list online so I can access it anywhere, home, work, from the market, and I keep recipes that I love and new ones that I want to try right in there. I keep my recipes in tab categories and then add descriptive columns to make sorting easier. You can really put as much or as little as you want into this, but this is my go-to source for inspiration. Tip number 2, set up a calendar or a few. I like to keep one that's accessible on the go, so I toss a planner into my purse. You can also use something like an online calendar, and then I keep my main one in the kitchen. I set up a legend at the bottom so each color sticky note represents something different. I aim to plan out about 7 to 10 days at a time, and I just really like the visual because if there is a balance of color, it generally means I will not be overwhelmed. If it's all purple, we're eating out too much, and all pink, I have definitely overcommitted. I also like that the entire family can see what's on the menu for the week. It might help Alan decide what to grab for lunch, the kids get excited about their favorite meals, and plus it holds me accountable. Once your recipes and calendar are in order, assess your routine and come up with a weekly action plan. First, you want to figure out what day you will plan and what day you will shop, and try your best to stick to it. Next, set some goals for yourself. So my first goal is to cook 3 times a week and then fill in the other days with things like leftovers and previously made meals that I've frozen.
Thank goodness for frozen meals.
Questions that might help you come up with your plan are things like what days do the kids have after school activities, what nights could you eat together as a family, but really each family is different, so this is by far the most personal element of meal planning. Keep lists handy. I keep my grocery list right on a sticky note next to my refrigerator. That way, anyone in the house can write down items that need to be picked up at the store, maybe a little too easily.
What? It's the family list. I get to write whatever I want.
I also keep a pantry tally list on the inside door of my pantry cabinet. You can snap a pic of this list before you head to the store, but it's also great at helping you use up overstocked items. Check the weather. Now, people gave me a strange look when I first said this, but the weather can serve as an amazing inspiration to use up recipes that aren't in your regular rotation. So in LA, it hardly ever rains, but the past couple weeks have given me a great excuse to use some of my favorite soup recipes. If you live in a snowy area and a big storm is predicted, it might be time to make doubles and freeze or even change the day of your weekly shopping trip. Plan for what you need to cook, not what you want to cook. Now, this was a big eye-opener for me because it helped narrow my options, and I really find the biggest battle in meal planning is being overwhelmed with possibilities. So now, if I have a bag of spinach left over in my fridge from last week, I plan to use it this week. If I know I'll have Taco Tuesday and have some leftover beans, then on Thursday night I use a recipe that's going to use them all up, because completely unrelated recipes means wasted food. Make doubles and freeze. We all need to be smart about our time, and it's extremely time efficient to make doubles of your favorite foods and freeze them. Get yourself some disposable pans and make a double batch of your favorite freezer-friendly food like baked ziti, and you'll be able to round out your meal planning with homemade food but do less cooking. And finally, don't give up. It will take some time to perfect your system. I am still working on mine, but I have started cooking more and stressing less, and that is huge. So I hope you guys give this a try. Share your experience with me in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!